peeps, thank you guys for tuning in today's video. Welcome to Dee's Corner. On Dee's Corner today, we got a lot of tea to spill, you guys, and this tea right here is really the hottest tea. So let's hop on in, and thank you guys for subscribing. If you're new, make sure you guys hit the notification bell, and let's get going with the tea. So we have DDG, Halle, and the retail lady, because at this point that is what she's known for. So DDG recently did a video a while back, and he had brought a 6K green jacket, returned it, but the jacket was smelling like puff. You get what I'm saying? This is what she had to say.
I want to do a story time on a very famous rapper who tried to ruin my career and ruin my life. I worked at a department store, men's designer specifically, and I was commission based. I was working one day when a man approached me asking for help picking out a jacket for his music video. He was very nice. We ended up picking him a green Bottega jacket, the most beautiful jacket I've ever seen. It was about $6,000. He bought it, he left. My coworker came up to me and was like, "Do you know who that is?" And I said, "No." They showed me his Instagram, and I ended up following him. He had a lot of followers. I'm like, this is gonna be cool. He's shooting a music video on this. I would love to see that. It's great. So he ends up shooting the video. The jacket looked amazing. The video was cool. Good song, good energy. Yeah, awesome. Well, not awesome. A week later, I see him walk in with his girlfriend, baby mama now. She was starring in a very big, well-known Disney movie at the time, so she was very popular at this time. Well, they wanted to return the jacket. I had to tell them, no, you cannot do that. It was not fun. We ended up going back and forth over this, and I had to tell him 3 reasons I could not return this jacket. The first reason was it was smelling like cologne, very strong cologne scent. The second reason, it smelled a lot like smoke, and neither of these reasons were good enough for either of them. They were going back and forth. I told them that it's worn. The third reason, it was worn. He looked at me and he said, "You cannot prove that." And I said, "Actually, I can." And I pulled out my phone, pulled out the video, and I said, "This you?" He was speechless. He was speechless, and his girlfriend did not like that. She said, "This is extremely unprofessional. This is something that you do to all of your clients." Like, just very, very livid. And I explained to her, you guys are public figures, very well known. He told me he was shooting a music video. This is a public video posted on YouTube. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I pulled it up because I am commission based. I know it was worn. I cannot take back this jacket. It is a $6,000 jacket. It is against our return policy. I am not able to accept this. I could get in trouble. I'm very sorry. Explained it to her many times, explained it to him. It was just getting very heated. It created a scene. 3 of my coworkers started coming, trying to defend me. It was not going down. It was getting worse and worse. My manager stepped in, helping me, and I actually said, "I'm going to remove myself. I did not feel comfortable anymore." It was not heading into any direction that I wanted to be a part of. So my assistant manager stood there, and I told him, "I'm going to remove myself. If my assistant manager would like to return this, he is absolutely welcome to. I personally cannot take back this return because I can get in trouble. It is a very expensive jacket. It's worn. It smells worn. I can't. I am so sorry, but this is policy." They ended up leaving. My manager said no, he had my back. They went to different departments, tried to return it. It was denied all over the store. They ended up winning. It sucks, but they went to a different location and returned it. It's fine. I expected it to be returned, just not by me. I didn't care because I did not want to get in trouble. I did not want to take the heat for that. It's a big no-no to return designer stuff. I guess that wasn't enough for him because he took to his social media to post the receipt of this jacket, and with the receipt he wrote a very crazy message. With this receipt, it showed my first name, the first initial of my last name, where I worked, the address of where I worked, in the department. And in that photo he said my first name, all of that information, and said I was racist and I called him the N-word with a hard R. I did not do this. I had 3 coworkers there, 2 of which were black, my assistant manager, and if I had done this, I would have been immediately fired. I worked a year after that. The store manager ended up apologizing to me for what he put me through. It created a month of harassment. 1 month of his fan base, to his millions of followers, going to social media, to Yelp, to Instagram, to TikTok, calling me racist. They started showing up at the store in groups looking for me. It was very scary. They started calling the phones, and if I answered, I was being cussed at, yelled at, threatened. I had to be walked to my car when I left because like the groups would be kicked out and they'd still be waiting. They found my social media, and it did not die down for a month, and maybe over a month. It was very damaging, and I thought it was insane behavior because you were abusing your platform to try and ruin somebody's life who is just doing their job. I thought that was the craziest, most erratic thing in the entire world. It turns out that they ended up doing this to somebody else. The girlfriend's sister and him, the rapper, ended up going to a nail salon and doing something very similar and calling this lady racist, but she ended up telling her side of the story, and they were called out for it very publicly. I can't get over this because they came in with an AP watch, Disney money, fighting me, wanting to return a jacket. I am just doing my job. I cannot take this jacket back. Like, it's my job, and you're trying to ruin my life and say very damaging, real accusations for what? Over a jacket you ended up winning. Like, why are you trying to ruin my life, my career? Like, that's sick behavior. That is crazy, and I think it's crazy that he has such a big platform to this day that he's able to do that, and that they will probably do this again. Yeah, so that was a fun time in my life. I'm fine. Working in a department store, it was...
A long-term viewer of DDG, I have witnessed, like, his behaviors sort of like this in the past. Like, if he doesn't get his way, he will definitely go far. But even though I still support DDG, I have witnessed seeing that, like, with the Riley situation, he made Riley lose a lot of subscribers. He actually attacked a nail salon recently. I think, personally, I see why she came out a couple of years later, because this is wrong in both ways. Because I think he brought Halle because he knew if he would have got physical contact with a lady or a woman, it would have really, really went under the rug. It would not under the rug, but it really, 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 like, went left to the point to where things would have just definitely was not going to go in his favor. So I can kind of see Halle being feisty. They were really, like, together. Like, that's her man, but stand behind him, because Halle is that type that'll go that far in a way. But I think, the girl that's trying to come out with it now could have done it before. I think she sort of, like, waited a little too long for this. And she does have people on her side, and then he had people on his side, of course, but it's not good that his supporters are attacking her in the comment section and, threatening, blah, blah, blah. Because social media is a platform where you do come on here and speak, in my opinion. So, but I think with him bringing back the jacket that would cost $6,000, and it smelled like that was just all wrong. Like,
Hello everybody, so I am coming here to make a part 2 providing more context. Very quickly, I'm so sorry for my smoke detector. I know it is annoying. I live alone. I don't know how to change it. Somebody explained how to change it in the comments, and I will work on changing it, but for now, please bear with me. I wanted to get context up as soon as possible. Secondly, I do want to address that I don't appreciate the comments that I am receiving that are racist, and they are not okay. They are wrong on so many levels, despite what happened, despite who they are. Racism is not okay, and I will delete any comments that are leading to that. Like, it's wrong. So I will provide more context. At my department store that I worked at, celebrities and stylists and influencers pulling product, buying product for events, for videos, for movies, was not uncommon. It was actually a very big deal, and I still work in a luxury retail environment, and it is still a big issue. It happens all the time. Anybody can tell you this who works in retail. It is frustrating because I stress that I am commission-based for a reason. We put in so much time, energy, effort into this, all for it to be worn and returned. All of that was for absolutely nothing, and it is not fair. It is wrong, especially because my department store had a studio department. They were able to go through the studio and pull all of this, not waste our selling time, and they had different policies, procedures. They were able to do it through them. We made clients and customers all aware of this, but many people would avoid this. There's not much we can do about that. We can't force them. So that is why it is so frustrating to me, because like, we deal with this, and that is my check, that is my income, it's my job. Like, you guys, people are mad at me for fighting for this return because it's my job, it's my time, it's my effort, it's my money, my career. I'm entitled to do that just like any other person. So moving forward, to understand better, yes, it ended up being returned. It was returned. That's fine. It sucks, but it's the reality. I expected it. At least he had to drive to a whole other location to go and do that. So if I can inconvenience him like he inconvenienced me, that's fine. It's fair game. Call me petty, call me whatever. I don't care. That's fine as long as I'm the one not doing it. So customer service. Our customer service department had a revolving door of new associates, and they were constantly returning worn items when they were supposed to be sending them back to the original department for us to deny or accept the return. Because of this, our store specifically had a very high return volume, and it looked bad on us. So we are responsible, and we are told that if we are continuing to return worn product without a valid defective reason or anything, then we would get written up. That affects my career. That affects me. I can get in trouble. If it's a repeat offense, we could get fired. I was not going to take that risk for a celebrity who wore something, and yes, it'd be easier to just take it, but no, I'm not going to take that risk. This is my job. This is my career. This is my income. No, I wasn't going to take that risk. I'm sorry to people who don't agree, but no, I was not going to. Anyway, that is why he was able to return it at a different location, different policies, different manager, different way of running things. So that's, I hope that makes a little more sense. Back to the interaction of what caused all of this. The man who came in with his girlfriend was completely different from the first time around. He was not friendly, he was not nice, he was just completely different. Every time me and him were talking, his girlfriend would chime in, cut us off, speak over me, and act very entitled in my opinion, and not be friendly. Like, there's a way of speaking to people, and I don't think that she had to speak to me that way, so I did what I had to defend myself. Moving forward, many people did not agree with the fact that I showed him that music video as proof. Again, this has happened. It was a repeat offense. This was not targeted. It is not directed towards him. We had stylists do this all the time. I've said no to regular people. I've said no to celebrities. I've said no to clients who return worn stuff. This was not targeted towards them. It's something I would do. I would do to this day, to say no to worn product, especially if I knew it was worn. It's what I had to do. So yes, I showed the video, and for two specific reasons. The first reason is technically smell is not a valid reason to deny a return. It is not a valid reason. And secondly, because it wasn't working, because they were still persistent, and I technically didn't have a valid reason to deny this return, I did have to present that proof, because number one, he told me that I did not have proof, and number two, I needed to deny this return, so I did what I had to do. Do I regret it? No. Was it a little bit unprofessional? Sure, but I had the support of my store manager, corporate, my managers, everybody, and I made everybody aware that I did this, and I was agreed with that I did the right thing. So I don't think it's wrong. I don't think what they did was right. It's nothing that you guys say will justify that, because he tried to ruin my life, ruin my career, and I know even posting this video, because his fan base has now found my TikTok and is now claiming that they were there. That is impossible. There are only 2 other clients there, and my whole team of co-workers. I doubt it was them. I can bet anything on them. It was them. Now they're claiming that they were there, and I did say all of this. That proves how sick and crazy his fan base is. I knew what I was getting into.
Some names I don't agree with is the name calling and her wedding years later to discuss this. Let me know in the comments below, because I do have part 2 for this story to come about. Please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. And I think she's trying to cloud chase from this. The way she said the little Disney money, like, that was insane. But anyways, guys, come to the next video whenever I post it.